Coming up today, we got a really simple recipe for lasagna for those people that love it, but just don't have the time. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne Eady.
And welcome to today's Cooking Crave. We have a couple submitted recipes by one of your cousins, many of them. You know, many cousins. Terry Anner says this lasagna is to die for. And you don't have to go through all that boiling your noodles or doing anything. So get your pen and paper and let's get your ingredients so you can cook along with us. What you're gonna need for this recipe is 1 package of cheese ravioli, 24 ounces. You need a pound of hamburger, and boy, you guys, this is one of your handmade recipes, right? I know it is.
And a half cup of chopped onion.
Okay, and Hunt's spicy and zesty pasta sauce. You need mozzarella cheese, and that's about it.
That's
How
it.
easy! And that's a full meal.
It is.
It's gonna taste restaurant style. I just know it is.
Yeah, it will.
And we also got a raspberry Jell-O dessert, so it could be along with the meal, or you can have it at the end. I think this is all good.
It is.
All you're gonna need is raspberry Jell-O, vanilla pudding, not instant, just regular, and water.
Yeah, and raspberries then.
And raspberries. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
All
well,
right.
Let's get started.
Okay. Well, we put the oven on it says 350 to 375, however long, I mean, your oven, you know how hot it's going to be. And we're going to bake that at 45 minutes.
Okay.
So we have that on. And we're going to just come over here and we're going to start with a pound of lean hamburger.
Okay.
Oops.
Now,
And
you had some pepper in there, is what you started with?
put a little pepper in there. It doesn't really, the recipe doesn't say red pepper, but we like it a little spicier.
Okay.
But with that pasta, that spicy, zesty Hunt's pasta sauce, you really have enough if you just like it not too overly spicy. So
Well, pepper's not like spicy, but
and
you
I just put a
added
little
it.
bit in, about maybe a half a teaspoon in here and stuff. So we have that in there, and then we're going to add a half a cup of chopped onion and cook that with that right away.
You don't have the stove on there, Mom.
Oh, that's why it's not cooking. All right. Good observation, Rhonda.
See, I do know some things. It may just take take you longer to cook this.
This is right. Yeah. Okay. That would help to put it on right away and stuff. So.
Well, normally by now we just hear the sizzle. So.
Yeah, we would. Okay. Good job, Rhonda. Okay, so while that's heating up, we're just going to go back over here and start with a 9x13 casserole and just spray that, lightly. And I just got a package of the 5 cheese raviolis, and we're going to put about half of those in there and just kind of,
So we're gonna layer this kind of like we do a lasagna.
We are.
Stack it. All right.
That's right.
We'll see.
So
Perfect.
And that, like you said, no cooking, noodles and draining, and we've already had some recipes with a lasagna recipe that you don't cook the noodles and just put that, and that turned out that's really a good recipe too. So, okay.
Well, and I suppose you would be able to find, you chose the 5 cheese ravioli, but aren't there different flavors of ravioli that you could probably put little different twists on this too?
There is. There's some with some seasoning in there. I think I saw something with garlic and, there is different seasonings in it. But I did just choose the 5 cheese ravioli here and stuff. So just kind of make that even on the bottom there and stuff. And now I hear our hamburger sizzling.
See, that makes a difference when you turn it on.
It does, doesn't it though? Okay. All right. And so we just want to get that cooked up here. And then from there we're going to add the pasta sauce right in here. When we got the hamburger cooked.
Okay.
And you probably could actually bring the can over and we can open that up here, and I'm gonna just wipe this.
So this is a larger can, so we need 24 ounces either.
Yes, it's a 24-ounce can there.
So 2 smaller cans would actually probably be too much sauce then, probably.
You know, I've not seen the zesty and spicy pasta sauce in a smaller can.
Okay.
So it did just say the 24 ounce, so that's what we got. And that, let's just chop that up. And like I said, you definitely start with the lean hamburger so that you don't have to drain it.
Okay. Well, and Terry submitted some pretty good recipes to us over the past.
We've had some great recipes from her.
So if you make this recipe at home and you like it, go back into our archives on our website and pull out the French dip sandwich. That still is something that I know that you make quite often. It's become one of our family favorites. So,
and it's so easy, and it's just great just to have, and you know, starting with a regular roast and that. So that's just about cooked up here. And that. So, and it's always fun. I mean, you know, there's so many versions and or little tweaks on different recipes. So it's, you know, you may have a lasagna recipe or two, but the next one that you might come across is just a little bit different. And like you said, this one is so simple and so easy that it takes no time to put it together. And you're eating.
Well, there's definitely some recipes that, you know, a true lasagna with Italian sausage and several layers, that there's really nothing to beat the taste of that type of a lasagna. But when you have a family and you don't have as much time, this is a perfect alternative.
Absolutely, and when it's quick and still good, that's the way to go. So there's just a little bit of that juice in there. It's going to cook up there. And I'm going to get my spatula to clean out my can, and we'll just add that in there. There, and just heat that up.
I can't even give you too much grief. You know, you did leave a little in the can.
Uh-oh. Well, just a little.
Just a little.
So let's just get that heated up here so that when we put that on top of the raviolis, and the baking time is going to be a little less because this is nice and hot.
Now you said, what are we going to do in the saucepan over there?
This one here?
Oh, that's where we're going to make some Jell-O.
That's right.
Okay,
we're going to make
dessert.
that Jell-O dessert. And it just easy again, just a few ingredients, but very, very good. Okay, we'll just turn that off here.
Well, in a Jell-O dessert or salad, however you want to serve it, that's something that most any age likes.
Absolutely. Jell-O is still your, you know, your staple here and stuff. So, I just need to get there. We're going to just layer that on there. And then we're going to put some mozzarella cheese on top of that.
Okay.
You can just smell that spicy pasta sauce. It's really, really good.
Is it spicy, or does it have is it like hot flavored too?
It's just got, you know, a lot of spicy. It's not, I don't feel like it's hot at all.
Okay.
But, you know, just that little extra spice in there. So we have that there, and then we're going to just take this ravioli here and
do we just layer cheese on top?
You know, thanks for reminding me. I'm getting a little bit too fast here.
You said something about cheese, so I just want to see.
That's right. I first forget to put my stove on, and then we gotta layer the cheese. Yeah, and it asks for 2 8-ounce packages, so we're gonna just put that on.
Well, that's a lot
there.
of cheese in there.
It is, but that's what we have there, 8 ounces of cheese. So
basically a package of cheese per layer.
right. But you know that's 2 cups. That's not per bag. So
Okay.
get all that out of there, and we'll just put those ravioli on top of this. And really, when you put that, see all that cheese in there, and you have it spread out, it's really not that much
No.
and stuff. So we'll just put them in there and just layer them in here. And that's a 1 24-ounce bag is what that is.
Okay. So you're not like doubling them up, or it's just basically one little layer for each of the raviolis.
Right.
Okay.
Just layer like that. So. Okay.
Well, I mean, how easy and fast was this to put together? So the main part is just going to be the baking time.
Yes, in there you can get that put together. You can even mix this up on your lunch hour and come home and just pop that in the oven and you're ready to go. And just that 1 can of sauce and the hamburger, that pound, that gives you quite a bit here.
It does. Well, it smells great. You can smell all the spices in there.
Okay, and then we'll open the other package. And it's always good to end up with the cheese on the top. And then we're going to get some foil, and we're going to cover this while we bake it.
Okay.
Just with some aluminum foil. And just,
Do we uncover it the last couple minutes of baking?
no, you don't have to. It's just,
Okay.
yeah. Because you're really not wanting to brown the cheese
Okay.
on top. You're just wanting to, have it melted and get it all baked in there. So,
Okay.
okay. So we'll come over here and get the foil. And, it does fill up a 9 by 13 pan very, very nicely.
All right. So you did put your oven on 375 though.
I did, and here, oh. And I'm going to put it on for 40 minutes.
Okay.
And I have it, my oven rack up a little bit higher too, so that helps that you don't get that, that it won't burn on the bottom or anything like that. So
Okay.
even just with a little bit higher temperature.
Okay.
So, okay, the next thing, this is going to be really, really tough, but we're going to come over here and we're going to start with this, and we'll turn the burner on and stuff, and let's get our little whisk here.
Okay.
We're going to start with 1 3/4 cup water.
Okay. All recipes don't have to be hard for them to be tasty and delicious.
Absolutely not. And then we're going to do 1 package of raspberry Jell-O. And these are all your smaller packages, the 3 ounces.
Okay.
And that, so.
So like normally when you're making Jell-O, you have boiling water first, and we don't have to do that here.
You do not have to have it boiling first, no. Because you're going to bring it to a boil. So
Okay.
it's going to, it just all melts in there. That, and then 1 package of vanilla pudding.
And now this is the cook and serve though.
Right, you do not want the instant, because
Okay.
we're going to bring this to a boil, and so you don't want that, the instant. That's
Okay.
correct. And then I like to use the wire whisk, just to stir that, just because, it certainly keeps it from having any lumps or anything like that. But
Okay.
you're starting with the cold water, and it's just like with starch or flour. You start with cold water, and you don't get the lumps.
Okay.
In that. So that's what you're doing here. And it doesn't take very long. It's just going to come to a boil. And you have a really pretty red color. Even adding in the vanilla pudding, it's still red. So
this would be a good little side dish dessert for holidays coming up.
Yes, it is. But anytime, like it's in the summer, just to have a nice cool dessert when you don't want something really heavy. Say you have maybe a heavier meal and you just still need a little sweetness at the end. This is just perfect.
All right.
And then we're going to, after this comes to a boil, we're going to add some some frozen raspberries, and we're going to add them frozen. And you know, it really sets it up quickly.
Yep.
It doesn't take long to set that Jell-O up. So,
well, anytime I make regular Jell-O, I always use the quick set method.
yeah, the ice cubes in it
Yep.
and stuff. Yep, absolutely. And when you're stirring this right away, when I did make one prior to this, because of course, you know, it takes a little time to set up. It is kind of foamy, you know, when you're stirring this, but when it comes to a boil and it's heated, the foam all goes away.
Okay.
There was no foam left in it. And it being, like I said, it's only 1 3/4 cup water, it's not going to take very long.
And do you have to keep constantly stirring it because it is Jell-O, so it doesn't scorch?
Well, it really won't, but you know, but you got the pudding in there, so it's good to stir. And like I said, this way you make sure that everything is dissolved very nicely in it.
Okay.
And that, so it's a good idea because it goes fast anyway, so not a problem.
Well, I'd walk away and I'd probably come back to like a big glob or something if I gotta ask these questions because I haven't made this one before.
Yeah, yep. This is a new one, like I said, from Terry, and be good. You know, and I love raspberries, and I think raspberry, like the Jell-O and the frozen raspberries, I think even a strawberry Jell-O with strawberries would be really good in here if you have a preference to strawberries over raspberries. That would be good, especially come summer. You know, a lot of people have strawberries in their gardens, but then I know a lot of people that have raspberry bushes too. So
Yep.
that's good. But as you can see now, it's
Now, is there a difference between, this might be an odd question, but of course, you know, I'm not the biggest cook in the family, we all know this, but between frozen and fresh, the same quantity?
You would use the same. Okay. Yeah, you would. There would be no difference to that at all. And using the whole raspberries, I'm not using the pre-sweetened with the sugar in it.
Okay.
And stuff. These are just the whole fresh frozen raspberries.
Okay.
So would be like fresh. So see, like I said, you know, we've got this. It's all the foam has gone away. It's like when you are making Jell-O, you stir it until the foam disappears, and that's what's happened here. So just a good boil, and we'll bring that over here. And I'm going to get a spoon here first. And it asks, you know, to put that in a loaf pan, but I think you could do it, put it in individual serving bowls right away if you'd like, if you're using it for dessert, or just a pretty bowl that you might want to serve if you're maybe using it more just like a Jell-O salad.
Right.
And put on the table, especially with, you know, the holidays coming up. And anything that's red always looks pretty for the holidays.
Oh, absolutely.
And this package here, I have it, it's a 12-ounce package. I ended up using just a few in the other one. So from 8 to 12 ounces, you know, you have the package, just use it all. And then just stir that. And you can see, I would say I had a good 8, maybe 9 to 10 ounces of raspberries here. So.
And then this is something we just chill overnight.
Just chill it. Wouldn't even take that long. If you made it a couple of hours beforehand with the frozen raspberries and that in there, that it's going to set up. It's set up really quickly. You know, made that one last night and I put it together, I was really surprised how quickly it had set up. So.
Okay.
There we go. So, and you might have a glass loaf pan that's a little bit bigger than this one, you know, and then you just won't have it, you know, as high as or deep. And I like this one because it has a lid to it, so it's nice and easy to store when you put it in the fridge. But like I said, you can see it just makes a nice little serving size there for probably, I would say you're going to probably serve from, you know, 4 to 6 servings with this.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to put that in the refrigerator and get that set up, and we're going to wait till our lasagna is baked, and then we're going to have it both together.
I think this is going to be an awesome meal.
It will.
All right.
Well, our buzzer is going off for our lasagna, so let's come over here and end that, and let's take it out and see what it looks like. If it looks as good as it smells, we've got it made.
It does smell pretty darn good.
Yeah. There we go. Now let's just take that off there.
Woohoo!
Isn't that great? Looking nice and bubbly and all that there. So, well, we're going to leave that just cool for a second. And here's our raspberry Jell-O dessert.
See, and this is where you get very fancy with your dishes. So if you're going to serve it as a dessert, very fancy.
You're very fancy, or even if you just want to have this like a Jell-O salad on your Thanksgiving table or Christmas, you know, any time, put it that way. But, you know, we're commenting with this that even though it's got pudding in, you can't tell. It doesn't.
No.
It's still really clear, almost like the Jell-O.
Right.
So what we're going to do, but we're going to feature it as dessert, and we're going to just take out a little bit there. And as you can see, it really sets up very nicely for, you know, to make some little dessert cups there.
Absolutely.
And those raspberries in there. And like I said, I, you know, certainly suggest just using the frozen or fresh raspberries and not the ones with the sugar, you know, frozen with the sugar in it and stuff. And, you know, we can put a little dollop of Cool Whip on that, and then you really have a nice dessert. Isn't that going to look great? And like I said, you know, sometimes you just, after a big meal, and you know, really this probably would be the way to go for Thanksgiving and Christmas when you have so much food and you just need a little bit of sweetness and just have something like that. So anyway, now
I'd rather have that with the turkey and have something else afterwards too.
Well, we can manage that. So we're going to take this and just show our lasagna here.
Oh, look at that cheese. Woofy. We had the same thought.
I wonder why. I almost think we're related sometimes. So.
Well, I can't wait to dig in because
just having
if it's from Terry, we know it's good.
Yep.
And I have to thank you, Terry, for submitting your recipes for us to cook, for Mom to cook for us. And you always do a great job, Mom. So to get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, www.ctctel.com. Please submit your recipes for us to cook for you. And thank you always to the Workshop for being our sponsor. Have a great evening.